Down here in the southern hemisphere, winter is technically over, but try telling that to the weather. There's a snowstorm forecast to hit overnight, and it's supposed to bring a lot of snow. So Indi and I, the nutters that we are, we're heading into the mountains for a hot tent camp. I've got the wood stove with me, got some beautiful food to cook up, and we're looking forward to what is probably going to be the last snow camp of the season. I have a feeling this is going to be a fantastic trip. Brutal, but rewarding. I'm so glad you guys are joining me. Indi is being ever so patient. It's taken me so long to get the tent set up. Would you like a treat? Would you like a treat to see you through the next hour until dinner time? Indi's dinner time's 5:30. You ready? I've got to say thank you. Thank you to my Buy Me a Coffee members and donors, and thank you to my YouTube Super Thanks donors. You guys are awesome. You keep Indi in her treats and keep me in my treats, and also able to buy some new things for the channel. Are you ready? Alrighty. I would love to stop and make a cup of tea after all that setup, but we need to go and get some water, don't we? You've had some water, but I need to go and fill up the drink bottles. So should we go for a little explore? Let's go down the valley and see what we can find, Indi. I just need to get my puffer jacket because it's getting cold. Good girl. It's time to relax. Oh. It's getting quite dark, so it's quite hard to see the view, but I'll see if I can show you what I can see from where I'm sitting. It never ceases to amaze me how long things take. It's 6:30 p.m. But camp is fully set up. And even if it takes a long time to get everything set up, so rewarding. Even like it was an hour to go there and back to try and get the water, and then probably 40 minutes, like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, and like an hour and 40 to get water. I guess that's what people do when they have to walk all the way to a well and they live in a village that doesn't have its own water supply. We get very used to just turning a tap on, don't we? Something very fulfilling about having to work hard for the things that you usually take for granted. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my wine and watch the last of the sun draining from the sky. A full moon has already risen, so it should be a nice light evening. And then I think the clouds will probably move in later on when that, I was going to say snowstorm hits, but that just sounds way too dramatic. When the snow arrives. I've decided I'm not going to light the stove tonight, which might seem a bit funny after I set the whole thing up, but I've set it up so that it's ready for the morning, and I've set it up so I can use it as a little table for when I cook my dinner. The reason I'm not going to light it is a couple of reasons. One is it just doesn't seem quite cold enough. I mean, it's cold, don't get me wrong, but if it was super cold, I'd be zipping everything up and lighting it. But I actually want to sit out here. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It would just be crazy to shut myself up in the tent when I can be sitting out here. And there's no point lighting it if I've got everything open. I'm hardly going to feel the heat. The other reason I'm not lighting it is because this area is quite dry. Now when I say that, I mean it's not nearly as dry as some of the places that maybe you guys come from, because people often make comments about things like, you know, that I need to put a mat, like a fireproof mat, underneath the stove in case embers fall out. But New Zealand is not really like that. I mean, even though I'm saying it's dry here, there's no way I'd sit on this ground. I wouldn't sit on it because I'd get a wet bum. New Zealand is a wet place. But comparatively this is dry. So the firewood around here is really dry, and I get the impression that if you did somehow have an accident with your fire, there would be some risk. So I make it a rule that I don't light a fire, even if it's in a stove, unless I'm super confident that I could manage it if something went wrong, like the wind blew and, I don't know, something fell over. I have got water, but it's a long way to get to the river. So if it's raining or snowing, or if I'm alongside a river, or it's a really, really wet place, then I'd be comfortable. But I don't really want to light it here tonight. It's too dry for me. I really like to eat well when I'm camping. There's no reason you have to eat rehydrated meals when you're just doing an overnight camp. I love to cook good food when I'm out. This has got to be one of the most gourmet meals I've made. What absolutely makes it, and this is the first time I've ever tried this, Newdorf black garlic essence. I might have been a bit heavy-handed with it for my first time, but it's amazing. It's got this beautiful umami flavor. Some of you guys might already cook with black garlic, but I'd never heard of it before. I went to an outdoors expo over the weekend and they were there, and so I tried out some of their products. So delicious. Apparently, not that it really matters for me out here, but apparently you don't get stinky garlic breath. So unlike white garlic, which can make your breath really stinky, black garlic doesn't. actually got your puff jacket here. I don't know if you're going to need it though. Okay. Should we hop into our sleeping bag and see if you're warm enough? I think you will be. Yeah, with your fur coat. Alright, I've got some issues out there. Got some pretty serious issues. As you can see, things aren't good. We've had the absolute dream dump of snow, which should make this an amazing morning, but we also have a damaged stovepipe. It's now super bendy in the middle. Every time I try to fix it and put it back up, it's just bending again. Right, I'm going to have to come up with a plan. Right, I think that'll work. Let's see. Indi. want water, only food. Yes. It's an unconventional hot tent setup, but who cares? It's working for me right now. I don't really need to warm up the tent. I just want to stay warm and do some cooking. And it's actually really nice sitting here. I've got just enough heat that I can feel the heat coming off the stove. And my water is boiling. It's taking a little while because the stove is probably still heating up a bit. I've got a lot of wood in there. It's really cranking. It's just not particularly hot burning wood. So the story behind this funny little setup is that in the night the wind came up and it shook the tent, and the little, I don't know if you can see them, these little rings that help to give the stovepipe structure, a couple of them had slipped, and so there was a big gap about halfway along the pipe, and the wind bent the pipe. So when I went outside, I lit the fire and I went out because it was really smoky inside and I wasn't sure why, and I could tell there was some sort of issue with the smoke getting out of the pipe, and sure enough it was just bent over, and there was really no way to resurrect it. I tried a few times, but this is perfect. I've opened up this part of the tent because the snow is coming in from that side, so we're getting a bit of protection from here, and then I've just tucked our bed, like the inside bit of the tent, I've just kind of tucked it under and pushed it in a bit. So happy days. pays not to be in a hurry when you're cooking like this. I'm still waiting for my water to boil. Which is understandable. It'll be all cold around this part. And as I said before, this wood, it's not very hot burning. There we go, water's boiling, fantastic. Morning coffee time. It is a good time. Oh dear. Things often don't go to plan when you're in the outdoors. There's just too many variables. The outdoors has lots of lessons to teach us. And often you just can't learn those lessons until you've made a mistake. And I don't know, it's debatable as to whether putting the chimney up last night was a mistake. There wasn't actually wind forecast for last night. I wasn't expecting it to be windy, but in hindsight it probably would have been better if I had not put the stovepipe up, like maybe rolled it and left it inside here and then put it up in the morning, because certainly now it's not windy at all. I did have some little metal clips that clip onto the spark arrestor that you can attach guy lines to, but the way that they were designed, the guy lines just melted the first time I used it. So I don't actually have a way of securing the chimney in the wind, so I'm going to have to make something. I think I'm probably going to get some chain, like some very light chain, and create a bit of a sort of a loop of metal chain and then attach the guy lines to that, because it was the little clips that you attached to the spark arrestor sat so close that it melted the guy lines just where they were attached, because they were metal and they were really close. But yeah, if I had have had some guy lines on it holding it securely, I wouldn't have had that problem either. Oh well, no big deal. This is actually really fun. I've already done two hot tent camps with the stove inside the hot tent. Now I can do one with it outside. It's starting to clear. It's just starting to clear over the far mountains. There's a pass that we have to go over to get home, and it's quite high, and it's the first place to shut when there's snow in this area. So if there's snow down here, There's going to be lots of snow on the pass. So they'll need to clear that before I'll be able to make my way home. It's one of the reasons I'm not in a hurry this morning. I don't think I'll be going anywhere in a hurry, even if I was in a hurry. I feel so lucky to be here. This is just amazing. I'm so glad I came out. I was feeling a bit deflated this morning when the stovepipe bent. But this is fantastic. And it actually feels more rewarding when you've managed to solve a problem and come out the other side with something good. I think that's a huge part of the benefit of outdoor adventures, and something that I try really hard to showcase on my channel. That's the satisfaction and reward and joy and just pure awesomeness that you feel when you conquer something, when you solve a problem, when you figure something out, when you make something good that maybe didn't seem like it was going to be good. I was thinking yesterday, when I was attempting to take you down to the river and I couldn't find, it was just taking so long to get down there. And then walking back up and seeing those incredible rock formations down in the river valley, I was just thinking about how I often get asked, where are you camping? And I know when I watch other people, I think, oh wow, that looks really cool, I'd like to go there. And it feels really tempting to say, where are you? Give me your GPS coordinates so I can go there. Sometimes I share where I am, but what you'll find is that I only share where I am if I'm on a pretty well-known and sort of common, popular walk or location. So in the last camp I went to a place called Hallelujah Flats, which is on the Casey-Bintzer track in Arthur's Pass National Park. Now I was really happy to tell you where I was because I found that place by getting on the Department of Conservation website and looking up tracks in Arthur's Pass. It says great camping can be found at Hallelujah Flats. When something is available to everybody and doesn't require a lot of kind of hard yakka, an Aussie term, hard work to find, then I'm really happy to tell you where I am. Lots of you guys who are New Zealanders will know where this spot is, and I'd ask you not to mention it in the comments. Not because it's anything like secret, it's just that when you take the time over years of being in the outdoors and you put in the hours and the effort to find somewhere, there's something so, it's just something so special about that you can't just give to someone else. I could just give you the location where I am and the location of the places that I've seen down in the valley. But the truth is, if you just have some coordinates or a spot on the map and you just come straight there without putting in any of the slog and the grind and blood, sweat and tears to find those places, you just won't enjoy them as much. You really just won't enjoy them as much, because a huge part of the enjoyment of finding a spot to camp is the adventure that goes into it. So yes, I know lots of people will know where this spot is. It's not that hard to work out. But if I don't share where I am, that's why. Because I'll ruin it for you by telling you where it is. Because if you just come here and pop your tent up, you'll have missed a whole massive step, a whole massive important step. And that is that there is hundreds of thousands of millions of places that you could go, and all of them are awesome, and you just need to find the place that's yours. If you just go where other people go, it just isn't as special, I think. The fire has just decided to get super smoky. I don't know what its deal is. I think there's just no wind and it's just sitting here right over me. Okay, breakfast time. I'm so looking forward to this. The people that make this is bushline breakfasts for the adventurous, and it's made by Yum Foods, who make really nice breakfast cereals. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. It's a bircher muesli. Raspberry apple bircher muesli. Almonds, coconut, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, dried apple, currants, chia seeds, ground linseed, hemp seed, freeze-dried raspberries, apple powder and monk fruit powder. That sounds amazing. My kind of breakfast. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, I just want to eat it now before I've even put the water on it. Yum! This is incredible. This is really, really good. This is really, really good. I'm actually quite fussy when it comes to breakfasts because I have a porridge that I often make, and I add dried blueberries and coconut and almonds and walnuts and cinnamon and it's really nice. This is amazing. They've not paid me to say this. That is amazing. I picked this up at the outdoor expo that I went to over the weekend. I got lots of really cool things. What else did I get? My pine wood pants. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am seriously in love with these pants. They're amazing. I have had the same pair of pants, which are this grey colour. You've probably seen me wearing them on every single camp I go on. They're an outdoor research brand, but I've had those same grey pants for forever, and I really like them. I like the fit, but one of the problems is that when they get wet, they really hold the moisture, and they're quite cold. These are amazing. I love them, and I really like the detailing, like this fabric here. Because oftentimes with hiking pants, if you're a lady, they're just like a female cut of like the men's pants, and they often just look a bit, I don't know, dull. These are so cute because they're quite feminine as well. Oh, Indi! Hi! Hello. I was going to throw a snowball at these guys. Hello. Hello, sweetie. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful day. Woohoo! It's a great day to be alive. Isn't it, Indi? Isn't it? Isn't it, Indi? Isn't it? You like balls? Do you like snowballs? Gonna chase this? Ready? It's a trick. Sorry, it's a trick. Come here. Ah, yes, cutie. Yes, cutie. Indi spends her time out here just sort of staring into space, sniffing the air and then watching. More so than any other area that we ever go to, and I think it's definitely rabbits. Actually they're hares. Hi, sweetheart. Hello. Hey. This is so lovely. The sun's so warm. The crazy thing, it's so cold and then the sun comes out and oh, it's beautiful. I am just going to enjoy this for a while. I'm going to enjoy this for a while before I have to start the pack up, because this is just magical. But I do have to get home today. Oh. And even though it's a shame to have to go, I'm so excited about all the other trips I have planned. It's not like, you know, when you can only get into the mountains like maybe 3 times a year, and so when you have to go home you just have that sort of let down feeling. I've got lots of great trips planned for us and you guys. Some with Indi and some without Pup. Yeah. Indi can't always come with me, just depends on where I'm going and what I'm doing, but I love to bring her if I can. But I've got some really cool trips planned, so make sure that if you guys aren't already subscribed, you do subscribe so that you know when my videos come out. Well, another fantastic trip has come to an end. Indi and I have got the slow, heavy walk back to the car, but I think we're going to enjoy it, aren't we, Pup? It's just so beautiful, the snow's falling off the trees. It's really pretty, so I'm going to enjoy the walk out. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Special thanks to my Buy Me a Coffee members and my Buy Me a Coffee and YouTube Super Thanks donors. Thank you to all of you who have taken the time to subscribe to the channel, to share the videos with others, and to leave me comments. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. Indi and I look forward to seeing you on the next trip. And in the meantime, if you want to, you can follow us on Instagram, adventure__OT. If you guys have enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy my other snow camps from this winter. So I'll put a link for them. In fact, I'll pop them up on the screen here at the end. These 2 videos you guys will love if you've enjoyed this. Indi and I are going to finish the pack up. Actually, I'm going to finish the pack up. I'm going to finish the pack up and get on the track. Till next time, bye everybody. Yes, goodbye. Bye from Indi.